What's up, everybody? It's your girl Megan, show fitness instructor, and today I'm going to go over section 2 of the NASM textbook, tell you what you don't need to read, what you need to know in order to pass the NASM CPT. Now, for those of you that are tuning in for your first time, I am our in-person instructor here in La Jolla, California, as well as our online instructor for Pass NASM and any other CPT course. Thanks to the help of our study guide and weekly Zoom calls, we've been able to help over 3,100 people pass this thing, and we can help you too. But more importantly, we want to make sure that you guys have all the tools that it takes to make this a long-lasting and successful career, which is why we have our own CPT, our SUF-CPT, and we have a money-back guarantee for that 2 months course. So if you feel like you didn't learn more in our course than you did through reading a textbook, we'll give you your money back. Now here at Show Up Fitness, we do realize that people may be going to a gym that only accepts specific CPTs, or you may not be able to get that refund under that 28-day period for the CPT that you're already going for, which is why we have the resources we have in order to pass any CPT for you. But let's get to it. Section 2 of the NASM textbook, Client Relations and Behavioral Coaching. The first chapter is going to be chapter 3. And I'll just tell you, so motivations here on 62 and page 63. Definitely know the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. You might get a question or two on that. Intrinsic is going to be something that's going to be for yourself, an inward feeling, versus extrinsic is going to be something on the outside, like a reward, cash, money, prize, recognition. You want to look good for other people. So extrinsic, think external, outside. Intrinsic, think inside for yourself. C, barriers to exercise, just in general, normal stuff, times, goals. So when you come up to the goals page, 67, goals, you might see a question about outcome versus process goals. Just know that an outcome goal is like the end result versus a process goal is going to be the buildup of that, right? So if your outcome goal, your end goal is going to be, I want to place 5th in a marathon. Your process goal is going to be, I'm going to run Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 30 minutes a day for the next 3 months so then I can get faster, right? So process is usually a little bit longer. It's the buildup versus outcome is end goal, end result there. Have that. Types of support, you could definitely see something there. So on page 71, there's 4 of them that you're gonna need to know. Informational, emotional, companionship, and instrumental. You need to know the difference between those. You get a couple questions on that. So just know informational is basic, just educational. Maybe you're informing them on their macros, their technique for performing a lift, maybe basic recommendations, stuff like that. Emotional, like it says, it's gonna deal with emotions. So maybe you cheer up your client that's having a bad day, you provide positive feedback, you listen to them, they hit a new PR, so you congratulate them, something like that. Instrumental, companionship, these are the 2s that people usually have a hard time with, but instrumental is gonna be providing the means for someone to work out. So whether that's driving them to the gym because their car is not working, watching their kids because they can't go because they don't have a babysitter, or providing them a membership, paying for it physically because they don't have the funds to do so. So without your support, they would not be able to work out. Versus companionship, you have to be there physically with someone. So maybe I went to the gym with my sister because she wanted to do a workout with me, or maybe I went with her because she doesn't like working out by herself. So I wasn't working out with her, she just doesn't want to be alone. So companionship, you have to physically be there with someone. Those are the different types of support, know that. Keep on going, yada yada. Nothing there, that's the end of that chapter. So then we'll go on to chapter 4 now, behavioral coaching. So mentions intrinsic motivation again. You have self-efficacy, the behavior change techniques, which I believe, yep, coming up, next page. On page 89, you'll see stages of change model. So there's gonna be 5 stages of change. There's actually 6 in the book, but they say termination isn't applicable to fitness, so it doesn't really make sense anyways. But the 5 stages of change, you're definitely gonna get questions on that. So pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. Know why someone would be in that stage and for how long, time reference wise. So I'm not gonna go over everything, but just the basics. So pre-contemplation, you're not thinking about working out at all. Contemplation, you're starting to think out within 6 months. Preparation, maybe working out, but it's not regularly. Action, you're working out regularly now, but it's under 6 months. And then maintenance, you're working out for more than 6 months. Obviously more detail in there, but this is just a quick review. Make sure you guys know those stages. You could definitely see questions on that. So we'll go through there. Questions, nope. Active listening, kind of open-ended and closed-ended questions, maybe get one question. Most people know this, so open-ended is just something that you can elaborate on. So if someone asked me how my day was, I'm gonna talk more about that, versus closed-ended questions is just a simple one-worded answer. So if someone asks me how much I weigh. Affirmations, motivational, in the ring, just know what that means. Client-centered, directive method for enhancing intrinsic motivation. To change by exploring, resolving ambivalence. So whatever, just know the definition for that. Maybe you see that on there. That's good, that's good. SMART goals, definitely gonna see a question on that. You might get the acronym for it, so just know what it stands for. It's gonna be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. I do have a YouTube on that, so go ahead and check it out after this if you haven't already. Get more in detail about that, but definitely see questions on that. And talks about process outcome goals again, so no need in going over that. Nothing there, nothing there. And look at that, so we are done with section 2, 114, so about over 50 pages, again, 60 pages. I think the last one was like 50 some pages or whatnot. But instead of reading the textbook, you can go ahead, watch this video, go over the tips I told you to go ahead and read. Of course, get our guide, our weekly Zoom calls, so you can go more into depth and detail of those concepts that I just talked about, and even ask us questions. But like I mentioned earlier, we're here for you guys. We can help you guys pass any CPT out there, but more importantly, we wanna make sure that you guys have all the tools that's needed to make this a long-lasting, successful career. So like I mentioned earlier, we do have our in-person internship here in La Jolla, California, as well as Santa Monica, West Hollywood. We do have the online internship as well, so don't worry if you can't come in person. You can learn at the comfort of your own home. And of course, we do have weekend seminars occurring every month or so you can still gain that hands-on experience without having to commit for the 2 months there. Before you go, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, as you guys know, if you want to become a great, successful personal trainer, all you guys got to do is show up. It's Girl Meagan.